both times, and the Celtics won both basketball games. Game 1, Jordan, 49 points, a sweet turnaround there. But the Celtics, down by 12 in the first half, start to launch their comeback. An outlet fast break here. Danny Ainge to Robert Parrish. The Chief tomahawks in a pair. The Celtics are on their way back. Bird just outside the three-point line. Of course, 3 for Larry Bird. The Celtics take a 2-point lead at halftime, then take control in the second half. Dennis Johnson, the main man. 2 of his second half 24 points there. The Celtics keep rolling. This time it's Ainge on a steal. A marvelous play. Keeps it inbounds. McHale to Bird. The man on the wing, Robert Parrish, lays it in for 2 more. The Celtics go on to win it 123-104. In Game 2, Michael Jordan is unstoppable. An NBA record 63 points. One of his hoops there. But the Celtics again come back in the second half. Bird launching a three-pointer. The Celtics go into the lead for the first time in the second half. McHale off the deck gets 2 more. Bird at the other end. A rebound. An outlet pass to Danny Ainge. He swoops in for 2. The game is nip and tuck throughout the second half. But everywhere you turn, there's Michael Jordan scoring again and again. The Celtics answer. Dennis Johnson drives, and the Celts lead by 2. Jordan misses at the buzzer, but he's fouled. Kevin McHale can't believe it. Jordan hits the free throws. We're into overtime. This basket by Seestein brings the Celtics within 2. And then Danny Ainge drives the lane, tying the game at 125. In the second overtime, Ainge gives the Celtics a 4-point lead. But Michael Jordan comes back again. This basket gives him 63 points on the night and a tie game. The game winner, Jerry Seestein from 18 feet. Boston by 2. Parrish, a rainbow jumper. The Celtics win 135-131, a 2-games-to-none lead. Tonight, here in Chicago, Game 3.
Welcome to a Channel 20 sports presentation of Boston Celtics basketball, brought to you in cooperation with WLVI. Tonight, the Celtics head for Chicago and battle the Chicago Bulls. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Fleet National Bank, New England's financial resource. Miller Beer, made the American way since 1855. By Delta Airlines, over 38,000 professionals serving more than 100 cities in the U.S. and overseas. Delta gets you there. By Stop and Shop Supermarkets, it's time to stop and shop. And by Speedy Muffler King. At Speedy, you're a somebody.
Live from Chicago Stadium tonight, it's the Celtics and Bulls in Game 3 of the best-of-5 series. Good evening, everyone. This is Gil Santos, along with my regular season broadcast partner, Bob Cousy, and joining us for the playoffs from the news at 10, Bill O'Connell. The Celtics lead it 2-0. They can win and wrap it up tonight. Coos, what kind of a game can we expect here?
Bill, I'll tell you, we're going to have to fasten our seatbelts. It's really going to be a wild one. I think we're going to have a very physical game. The third game, or the elimination game, potentially, of a series like this will create that, because the team that's going to be eliminated throws caution to the wind. So the Celtics came out kind of casually on Sunday. If Chicago decides to try to climb the hill one more time, we're going to need the complete, full commitment.
All right, and Bill O'Connell, I know you had a chance to talk to some of the Chicago people earlier.
That's right, Gil, and I don't think you're going to see them play the same kind of a game they had the first 2. I talked to Tex Winter, the assistant coach, and I got a definite feeling you won't see Michael Jordan go for 64. Let's roll that tape. You'll see what I mean.
Tex, obviously everybody wants to know, and maybe there's no answer for, maybe he can't answer it, but can Michael Jordan stay up where he is for a couple more games?
Well, I think the important thing as far as Michael Jordan's concerned, in fact, I've visited with him a little bit about it, and as far as the Chicago Bulls are concerned, of course, is that we try to win the basketball game. I think Michael really has demonstrated that he's a one-on-one, probably as fine a basketball player as we've ever had in this country. At least one of the most creative offensive players we've ever seen. I've been coaching for 40 years, and I have never seen anyone that can do the things that can create offensive situations the way Michael can. But the important thing, it's still a team game. It's still five-man concept as far as we're concerned with the Bulls, and Michael preaches this all the time. He'd much rather win the basketball game than to score a lot of points, I assure you.
Well, everyone was saying that they felt that at least at Sunday he got the 63 within the flow of the game, that he wasn't certainly disrupting anything.
Well, he did pretty much, Lee. He was having he was not having a sensational shooting night. I think he shot a little over 50%. He put up a lot of shots, and that's the thing about Michael. He has the ability to create so many shots. He's going to take more shots than most people, whether it's in the flow of the offense or individually, because he does have so much talent. It's a very fine line. The thing you have to do, of course, is to make certain the other people are involved in the offense, if not shooting-wise, certainly rebounding-wise and screening-wise and so forth.
Are you convinced or content with the way your team has played defensively? You seem to be holding off the Celtics inside anyway.
Yes, we feel like that defensively, that's probably been our strength against the Celtics thus far. We match up pretty well against the Celtics. I think we've proven that all year long, and that we've played them some pretty good basketball games. Defensively, we can do some things because of our quickness. I think that is relatively effective against the Celtics, about as effective as you can be against a great ball club like they are.
Okay, thank you, Tex. Gil and Bob will be back in just a moment to give you tonight's starting lineups. I'll be back at halftime again tonight on the news at 10.
No, this is not the grand opening of a musical extravaganza. It's the introduction of the Chicago Bulls. They turn all the lights out in this place, and then they bring the starting five out. Charles Oakley and Orlando Woolridge are both out there. The Bulls are starting Dave Corzine at center. There he is. Good outside shooter, but not a real good inside player. Orlando Woolridge has been playing just a bit below his average against the Celtics. So has Charles Oakley. Here's Kyle Macy, and now the roar will be for the fabulous Mr. Jordan. Well, Coos, you know, there really aren't a lot of things that we can add to or say about the spectacular performance of Michael Jordan in the first two games of the series.
You know, what is fresh in your mind, I suppose, has more impact. I was not only a spectator, but a participant when Elgin Baylor did his magic against us in 1962. Elgin had 61, and I remember going to Satch Sanders after the game and saying, Satch, I know he got 61, you feel badly. In my opinion, I think you did a hell of a job defensively and made Elgin work for all his points. I don't know if that can be said, but the two situations can certainly be compared. It just seems like Michael Jordan was even more spectacular. I think he stamped, with that performance on Sunday, he stamped an identity for himself, for the American sporting public, that will last him a lifetime, literally. It was that impressive.
There are officials for tonight. Bruce Alexander is the alternate. The officials are Lee Jones and Ed Rush. That's Jim McMahon, the quarterback of the Chicago Bears, the world champions, who will toss up the first ball. So the Celtics are going for a sweep, and Chicago looks to keep it alive for a fourth game on Friday night. Ainge, Johnson, McHale, Parrish, and Bird for the Celtics, and this place is an absolute madhouse. It seats 19,000. There will be more than 20,000 here when you're talking about standing room people as well. Opening tip goes out of bounds. Jones and Rush confer, and it will be Boston ball.
Boy, we start with a break. Kevin McHale knocked it out of bounds clearly. Both officials were out of position. Obviously didn't see the play develop.
All right, the Celtics in this series through two games are averaging 129 points a ball game, giving up 117 to Chicago. A whistle and foul down low called by Ed Rush.
You're going to see the officials blow quickly and not let them get away with too much inside, because they're aware of the physical implications we talked about on top. They're going to want to cool the boys down in a hurry.
Opening foul goes to Charles Oakley. McHale on the baseline. He's been spectacular in this series. Kevin is shooting at a 61% clip and averaging 27 points and 12.5 rebounds so far in this series. Gives the Celtics a 2-0 lead. Kyle Macy and now Corzine, and the crowd will erupt when Jordan touches it. Now they're ready.
That's what they did in the first game. He's completely isolated on the right side.
Spectacular move. Michael Jordan ties the game at 2. This should be quite a night. Game 3, Celtics looking for a sweep.